What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching round 5 of the Versus Treasure Cup from this previous weekend. We have Yonas on Blue Doflamingo versus Captain Carew on Blue Doflamingo. I'm uncertain who won the dice roll. Yep. Yeah, uncertain who won the dice roll. Both players mulliganed. We should know based on who goes second. So it looks like Yonas is going second. Gonna go ahead and start with a Perona. Gonna look at top 5. And he's gonna leave there. And pass turn, which will be followed by a blind leader effect. Playing a buggy. Looking at top 3, very, very weak start. I imagine Jonas will start by swinging Perona at this buggy. Yep. And we always have to let that die, of course. Yeah. He's like, at this? Yeah. Yeah, that, bro. Okay, so gonna go ahead and Perona into the Teach, which isn't the greatest card economy, but if we're able to bounce this Perona later in the game, it's not a big deal. And sometimes, that's just how it's got to go, unfortunately. So gonna go ahead and Sengoku here. Grabbing a Boa on our 5 Dawn turn. We're gonna go ahead and swing 5 at life, I would assume. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and counter that 5. I think that seems pretty reasonable. And we bounced our 1-drop with the Jinbei Law. Now we're gonna go ahead and play Weevil. Unfortunately, nothing active to swing at. And we're just gonna pass with the Dawn active because the difference between swinging 7 and 8 doesn't matter here. Ooh, Jinbei Boa on 7. Okay. We had a really weak first turn, but we are really bouncing back here as the Captain Carew. I think we're swinging. Oh. So we have 7 in hand as Yonas. And I believe we're swinging 8 at this Weevil. So we're going to be demanding 4 cards here, I think. Interesting that we're swinging 5 at life here. We're going to take, yeah. Oh, it's because we played this Hancock this turn. My apologies. Yeah, we played it this turn. Okay. Okay, gonna go ahead and Law bounce the active Boa. We're gonna go ahead and swing 7 at, I imagine, either the Jinbei or the Law. Looks like we're doing Law. Gonna go ahead and swing 7 at Jinbei. And then I assume we're gonna go ahead and leader effect and bounce something again. Probably going to swing 8. Oh, no. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we need 8 at Jinbei. So now, I imagine our opponent will start by swinging at this Gecko. See if we're willing to part ways with it. We're going to go ahead and give them that Perona that we bounced last turn. I'm guessing our Gecko grabbed back a 2K. I can't imagine there's anything else in our trash worthwhile. We're going to go ahead and Jozu here. I feel like this Jozu doesn't feel particularly strong. I feel like this Jozu feels pretty weak, honestly. We do know the top of our deck. But we're going to go ahead and play Teach alongside this Jozu. I will say if Yonas has a Gravity Blade to pair with this, we are absolutely fried. Gonna go 7. I have to imagine this is at the Moria. Could be at the Weevil. We could be swinging 8 at Weevil. Yeah, we're swinging 8 at Weevil. Yep. And then 6 at the Gecko. I imagine this gets 2K'd since we just picked that back up. Actually, pretty decently strong turn when you pair the Jozu with the Jinbei Boa. Actually, pretty decent. This was a good turn. Well, really, the Teach Jinbei Boa. Yeah. I like the way both of these players are playing so far, honestly. No real complaints from me. I'm a little concerned about the fact that Yonas doesn't appear to have access to another law. I feel like that could be helpful in these sorts of situations, but I understand why he did what he did. And he does seem to be in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, and these geckos generating him a lot of value with these +1s. Yonas not being much of a believer in Jozu in the mirror as most people are. We'll see, if his opponent being allowed to stick this Jozu is going to matter or not. The way his opponent has his Dawn separated, I almost feel like he's going to play a second Jozu, but that... Nah, he's not. Okay. Gonna bounce the Weevil. We have 4 Dawn remaining, yep. And I wonder where he swung that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and law bounce probably their law. And now, if we're not finding like a gravity blade to help equalize this situation, I feel like we're in a really tough spot as Yonas. I'll be interested to see if he finds a way to win this. Okay, well, he found the gravity blade, so what is he gonna hit? Okay, he is gonna hit the boa. Gonna go ahead and go Jinbei plus Weevil and swing 9, putting our opponent to 1. That is really nice that our opponent's all the way down to 1. Yona's definitely finding a lot of those +1s this game. With the Weevils, with the Geckos, he's found a lot of opportunities to go plus. This Gravity Blade feels not great, but it is possible that if we're able to put our opponent in a position where they're at 0 and they can't kill us and we have Perfume, maybe there's a way. But this is definitely not the best looking situation. Wow, just so many geckos. Jinbei Boa? Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is tough if you're Yonas. I think you die a lot in this next turn. Depending on what we flip. Oh, the 4th gecko. Wow. That should be number 4 at least. I have to imagine we have to grab some sort of counter here. Just the Teach. Okay. Yonas not entirely convinced he'll die this next turn. He does have 6 cards in hand and 2 life, so that seems reasonable. And we also don't have a lot of things that feel super great to bounce if you're the opponent, other than the boa specifically. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go 6. I wonder where this 6 is. I think almost regardless of where it is, we're probably gonna counter out. Gonna go 5. Oh, is his plan just to bounce the whole board? I kind of think that's his whole plan, is to just bounce everything based on the numbers he's swinging right now. Which I'm not sure I super love that plan. I think it's not the worst. Oh, bouncing our own teach to bounce that. And then what? We're going to play our own boa here? No, Weevil. Okay. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. This could go poorly if our opponent's able to clear some of our board while establishing multiple boas if we don't have access to another law in our hand. Ending 5 wide, though, is, of course, always strong. Okay, so we're starting with a 7 here. I'm going to go 2-1. And then go Sengoku. Interesting. I'm not 100% sure where we're going with this, honestly. I imagine there's some sort of teach play coming. Play a 4 plus teach is kind of the sense I'm getting, but I'm really uncertain. Okay, gonna grab a 2K. Gonna rest 4. Seems like the hardest decision Yonas has had to make this game. Okay. Ah, yeah. Yeah, this doesn't feel spectacular. I mean, he's bouncing his own law here. If he's not, then it's a miss sequence, yeah. Uh, mm-hmm. I think there's probably a strong argument that we're supposed to start by swinging 7 with Teach, playing the law rested and bouncing it. Um, and then after that we played the active law because it just gives us more information. Like there's not really any benefit to playing the hard cast law before the teach law. Not that I can think of at least. Whereas at least the other way around, we get a little bit more information from our opponent, like if they're gonna counter. Um, but it's fine. Okay, we're gonna trigger perfume. Um, so I think Jonas lost there. It went so quick. I think he didn't have the counter. Let me just double check. I think Jonas loses here. Okay, so we go 7. And we counter, yeah. We go 7, we take, that's fine. We go 8, we take, we trigger, he goes 10, and then yeah, we don't have it. Yep. GG's, well played by Captain Karoo, I think that was a great game. I think both players played it really well. I mean, it's really hard to say in doflamingo mirrors a lot of the time if you don't have hand knowledge how many different misplays there are, because so much of the game is predicated both on hand and stack, and we don't get to see either of those. So it's possible that there were misplays from Jonas's side that we just weren't able to decipher. The only thing that I saw that maybe I would have done differently is when he left his law on board kind of early in the game. Wasn't something that I typically love doing, but I'd have to look at the spot a little closer. Because obviously you want to create the tempo by leaving the law on board, and so maybe it's hard to say. I'd have to look at it to know how much I like that decision or not. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.